Our coverage leading up to the 10th anniversary of the September 11th attacks continues with a look at how North Carolina changed its disaster preparedness. Millions in Homeland Security dollars went to the state's VIPER system. News 14 Carolina's Amy Thorpe has more from emergency officials about how the system helps should the worst happen.
When Doug Logan watched his fellow emergency responders at Ground Zero 10 years ago, he worried how they were getting the job done.
Firefighter couldn't talk to law enforcement. Law enforcement couldn't talk to emergency medical services.
The 9/11 Commission report confirmed his fears, stating more lives could have been saved if crews were able to talk on one radio frequency. Soon after, Logan's team in Granville County needed a new communication system, and the state was considering adopting VIPER. Voice Interoperability Plan for emergency responders operates on an 800 megahertz frequency. The goal is communication from Murphy to Manio in a disaster, used by local responders and statewide agencies.
We've got to be able to talk together so that when one message goes out, everybody hears the same message at the same time from the same voice. There's no mistaking what needs to be done.
State Emergency Management says they've seen VIPER in action in recent years, from the ConAgra plant explosion in 2009 to Hurricane Irene last fall.
I think it's worked exceptionally well. I mean, when you have events like the Apex hazardous waste fire that we had a couple of years ago, everybody that responded to that event could talk to each other because we had the VIPER system in place.
The VIPER radio system is nearly 2/3 complete. State emergency management officials hope to have these radios
in the hands of all law enforcement and emergency responders in our state in the coming years. But it all comes down to funding.
Initially, there were a lot of questions as to whether, number one, the system itself could ever be materialized. A lot of money.
North Carolina has spent more than $123 million in Homeland Security funds so far. Emergency Management estimates it will cost $19 million more to complete.
Homeland Security grant dollars have diminished. I mean, we're really down to, this year we got around $7 million. Next year we anticipate we'll only get around $3 million.
State and local agencies have spent their own millions to install VIPER, and there's no definite timeline for when infrastructure will be in place in areas like rural western counties. But Logan says it was worth the money for his county and believes it will be worth it for North Carolina.
It's absolutely making everybody in North Carolina safer.
Amy Thorpe, News 14 Carolina.
State Emergency Management is now working to coordinate VIPER infrastructure in mountainous regions west of Asheville.